Nerderotic.com.
Let's go to something that Disparu will know a lot about. Now, I'm on my first time watching Stargate. I'm kind of slow because the first season's not great. Let's just be real.
It gets better, man.
I like the characters, and there's charm enough for me to be engaged. But the news came out recently, and I didn't know the context at first, that they're not going ahead with the Stargate show on Amazon. And my first reaction is, well, you'd probably be grateful because Amazon would fuck it up, until I found out the context, which is unbelievable yet believable.
Yeah,
Stargate was canceled. Why was Stargate canceled, Disparu?
Stargate was cancelled because they thought it would appeal too much to the original dedicated fan base, is their word.
Fucking kidding?
And so wouldn't have broad appeal. And it is just, I know you're like, well, it's Amazon, yes, but this had a lot of original creators and writers involved with it. And so this was the best chance after 15 years of getting anything that anyone would like. If it was going to work, this would have been the one that worked.
Exactly, because as you said, it had the original creators on board, and so out of all the remakes, reboots, and stuff like that have failed and been crap, this one looked like it actually had potential, and so I had a vestige of hope in it.
And Picard season 3, that had people back from the past. It looks like this was. Michael Shanks has been really kicking off on Twitter, so I assume he was involved in some way because he has been going off since this has happened. And Michael Shanks himself said, if at any point you want the original creators or anyone from previous series coming back, now is the only time that's going to happen.
Yep.
It was this.
And this is proof positive that Hollywood is in charge of a lot of money, and they are retarded. So they own IPs and hold them and don't get rid of them because of that built-in fan base. That's what gives them the value, right? Yet they don't want to appeal to them at all. They have no interest in it. They just expect you to show up. So now they're probably going to do Stargate without these people. That's what my guess Amazon is.
That's what. So we had originally this Variety article which said it appealed too much to the dedicated fan base and not broad appeal. Then Deadline came out with some more information, and they said that Amazon may return to look at this again with someone unlinked to the franchise or cares less about it. And then one of the creators reported and said, how about better than that? Rather than just someone who doesn't know anything about it, why don't you just get someone who actively despises it? Someone who hates the franchise? Because they'll really come out with out-of-the-box ideas.
Yeah. Leslie Headland is available.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, she said she's down for an Acolyte season 2 because it charted on Disney Plus for like a week.
I'm with her.
And I'm
more than you can say for Daredevil Born Again season 2.
That's a lot more than you can say, man.
Yeah, you can't go down on Leslie though.
Yeah.
Unless you're a girl.
Tell that to our wife.
Be down, but you can't go down.
Yeah.
Unless you're a girl.
So this Stargate situation is unbelievable again, but believable. This is so fucking stupid.
I know, right? Like it's just.
But it explains everything.
Yep.
It explains Rings of Power completely.
The more you find out about it, the weirder it gets. So this was greenlit by a guy who came over from Netflix, and then he brought... Okay, so Garrow has been working on this for years. This has been an internal Amazon creation for at least 2 years. I think Garrow was working on it. But it was actually greenlit by Stridler, I think his name is, who came over from Netflix in October. As he left in October, the same time Feta left Netflix and came over in February and cancelled it. Now, he is Friedler's lieutenant. So he's cancelling a project that his own boss, that I think brought him over from Netflix with him as part of this restructuring, greenlit. It's just all very strange. And as you look at sort of Amazon jobs, people are getting promoted and fired constantly. I've never seen such turnover. There was one guy, Lieber, who worked on Rings of Power, who had like 4 or 5 different jobs in 3 years. He's just moved all over the company.
Amazon Prime is a money pit for them. They're losing tons of money on that.
They are one of the only companies that can
that can afford it.
That can continue to afford that as they work things out. And you're seeing them, unlike a lot of these other guys, also do the forays into theaters far more often, whether it's Masters Universe or an actually profitable movie like Project Hail Mary. So they have the capital to kind of fuck around for a while and fuck all this shit up and not worry about it that much, compared to the rest of the money that they're making from their business.
But there'll be a time. There will be a time where this gets corrected. The big companies stop things all the time.
It does come down to marketing again, though, that Amazon didn't think they needed to do a press release for this at all. And so the message has come down, whether it's right or wrong, we can only go for what Variety and Deadline have both reported from separate sources, that you did this because the fans were going to like it. Like, of all the marketing you could do, why would you piss off what you described as a dedicated fan base? It's like they will never care about your other stuff. And every other project you do, you have now pissed off these people who aren't going to trust any of your other projects. If you're willing to burn money because for Rings of Power, this would have been at least send a pilot, at least create a pilot and go, we don't think it works, and satisfy the fans that way, rather than tell them that you don't care about them. Seems just bizarre as a
It really
entertainment
does.
company.
In this day and age, ridiculous. We're like 10 years in.
It confirms everything we've known about them. They don't like these franchises from the beginning. They
And
don't.
it's a male property,
yeah.
male focused property. They're going to hate it.
Well,
And it's a
but
bit-
that's the other thing, Chad. They can't, they don't have the ability to make their own franchises, because if they made their own franchises, no one would see them. So the only way that they can inject anything into, they can tell any kind of stories, is it has to be riding on the back of something else. I said it yesterday when we were doing like out of theater for Masters of the Universe. It's like, it feels like this movie isn't woke, but there is like a woke bug in it. Like there's something there. And it's in everything. You know, it's up there. It is. It's like the Leonardo DiCaprio gif from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, where he's watching the TV. Oh, there it is. And it's like with everything. There's always that little, you hated the audience when you made this.
Don't forget that the Amazon does make money off of this, because they also ask all the actors to do fulfillment in the warehouses.
We didn't even talk about this for Masters Universe, but what did you think about the Amazon Prime delivery truck saving them at one point?
Yeah.
Look,
real
it
hero
was
of the day.
a product placement that you see stuff like that in heaps of other.
I got
videos.
some more of the world's
But yeah,
vibes.
it's like a meme at this point.
Yeah,
I haven't had
Amazon's
any
like, we're the
problem with
winners,
it.
we
I just
know.
thought it was
Oh,
funny and fast.
It's nothing nearly as egregious as Taste the Rainbow in Shazam. You know,
I think it got canceled because all the scripts they wrote for it was on Blue Origin.
There you go.
What,
By the way,
we're just
Blue
about to
Origin's now spelled BLEW.
There is something about this that doesn't. Well, yeah, because the guy's been working on it for 2 years, and he's got like a first look deal. So all the time he's working on this, he's not working on other stuff for him. But there is something that doesn't pass the sniff test, because they said it didn't appeal to a wider thing when they first announced it. And the video's on Amazon Prime themselves. He says, "Look, we want to ensure you this is going to be Stargate that you recognize. It's not going to be a reboot. It's going to contain all the old lore of everything else, but it's also going to be new. It's going to be a jumping on point for new people." So that was something they clearly had on their mind, and they were it was the best announcement you could do, really, if you wanted to try and satisfy both ends. So to say that this wasn't something they thought about is insane. I still think like Amazon may have suggested things that just were too much to actually put into this.
Amazon was probably wanting them to do the Star Trek Academy thing, where it's like, let's make it more like Harry Potter, or something like that, where they probably wanted to warp and twist it to something completely divorced of what it really was. And when they say it appeals to too much, it probably was just classic Stargate in terms of the construction and the core things, and that they felt that wouldn't appeal to new people because they're disconnected from what geeks like.
I don't think you could make Stargate now, because it has America is basically saving Earth. The military is good. It's very patriotic. And that people will be like, oh, well, it's got a diverse cast. And so, you would have thought Samantha Carter was woke. Samantha Carter was doing like GQ magazine shots where she stalkers in an American flag. Like, this was not a woke production with woke people at all at the time. And so you could not do that today. People would lose their minds at the idea that the military could actually be beneficial for America.
Well, initially she was a bit of an insufferable character, but they actually course corrected with her.
Yeah, and they course corrected it after the first few episodes because of the fan backlash. When she's like, my reproductive organs are on the inside rather than the outside, that all gets changed.
That episode where they go to the sexist planet, that's like, let's ignore that one.
That's something Chris Gore brings up, that they've lost that feedback that they can get where they can make changes like that to a character. That's completely gone with the way streaming is structured now. And that's why they have to go ahead with things that were made 2 years ago and you can't make any changes to. That's one of the many problems.
Stargate did 10 series of roughly 22 episodes a series in 10 years. for 6 months of the year, they were on TV, and they would have been filming the latter ones as the first ones are on TV, presumably, because you're just constantly working all the time. So yeah, you'd finish at the end of the series and course correct from the start.
Yeah, it sucks for Stargate fans. And then I saw a couple people. This makes a consensus, by the way, when you see a couple people on X saying things like it's a dead franchise anyway. It's like, no. What I've seen in just anecdotally in my chat is it's a healthy franchise. Like people are, I think it's aged great. People still talk about it all the fucking time. Almost every chat somebody brings it up at some point. Especially Matthew Hammond. I see you in there, buddy.
It's the problem with all this shit, including He-Man or whatever. You know, you can't spend the budget for every fucking movie or TV series like it is one of the top 5 IPs of all time. Yeah. But that's where we're at with everything that happens, right? We talked about a Master Universe movie should not be a $200 million budget. That is insane based on the expected crowd that you would have just by slapping Motu on something. And I would say the same thing for this. It can be a very loyal, small, passionate fan base that's dedicated, but you can't, you have to cater the budget around normal expectations for what your viewership numbers can be.
I think that's possible with Stargate because they had the military place, which was the set for multiple episodes of just that. It was just the sets they had lying around. It's the kind of thing you can film in a forest and a quarry. Well, isn't it strange how all of these alien planets just look like Earth?
It all looked like Vancouver.
There was actually a good in-world explanation for that because the humans were taken from Earth to other planets and they're all terraformed to match Earth because that's where they came from. And so, all these planets have now been absolutely, it could be done on a low budget.
I think the main problem was it actually had a budget large enough that caused executives to stick their fucking noses in. If the budget was kept to Xena Warrior Princess level, or the budget that they had originally, which was not large, which is why the first season is kind of crappy, as Gary has pointed out, until they got their footing, which is, I watched a lot of the show. They did more than 200 episodes over 10 years. So I don't know how many stories are left, but I think the problem is that they, in Amazon's infinite wisdom, they were putting way too much money into it. So that means way too many executives were afraid.
That one of the creators have come out and said that budget isn't the problem, but they also did say in the original announcements that they now have the budget where they don't need to say no. Anything they want with graphical effects or anything else, they now have the money to do. So it could be both ways. That simultaneously, Amazon has the money for it, but also may not have wanted to give it to them afterwards.
It sounded like they just didn't want to be tied into canon, right? They want to do their own thing. And good luck with that. And you might as well start a new franchise.
If you do tie it into canon, you have various different problems, such as some races are just innately evil, which used to be fine and it is not now.
Are they going to bring Teal'c back?
We don't know who they were going to bring back. Before the cancellation, we didn't know anyone was coming back. That only appeared after it was cancelled.
Well, it sounds like Michael Shanks might have been on board or involved.
I think that's the way he's been going, because he doesn't tweet at all. Once every few months he might make a post, and on this last few days he's just been going off and pretty savage. He started off going, I'm going to repost this guy because I'm not sure about my words, I can phrase them better, and now he's just like, phone them up, message their offices, this is the guy to blame. And so he's really good at it.
Dude, he retweeted you, so
yeah, he did.
Oh, wow. I was surprised about that as well.
He did. No, it's sad state of affairs, but it does explain a lot, or just confirm what we already knew, that they are not. You would think they would be into the built-in fan base, which again provides the value of the franchise, and they're not. They just expect you to show up to whatever slop they shovel at you.
Nerderotic.com. Please subscribe.